My full name is Ysabel Espinosa Cisneros. I was born in, actually it's Anaheim, California. It used to, now it's Placentia. My date of birth is October the 6th, 1925. I had 15 brothers and sisters. With me was 16. I grew up in a colony by the name of La Jolla. That's in Placentia. My schooling life in La Jolla, it was junior high to the 10th grade. And then from there, you would go to Valencia, okay? And I tried to go to Valencia, and Mr. Tynes was a principal. I tried to go to the school there, and he said there was no room for me. So then I went back, and I went to the service. When I come back, we had a meeting at La Jolla School. Now it's Melrose. And I sat next to him, and they asked somebody that wanted to talk, so I went up and I talked, and I told him what happened. And Mr. Tynes went up and apologized. I got to be 18 years old, and I went to Los Angeles you have to report that you're 18. So they asked me, I was in perfect conditions. So they asked me what branch of the service I'd like to go. And I told them. So then they told me that if I wanted a 2 weeks vacation right now or go right away, I told them go right away. So the following day they sent me to San Diego boot camp. I had my training in Oceanside and Camp Pendleton. They sent me to Oahu, which is Hawaii, Honolulu. And from there, we stayed 2 weeks, and then they sent me to Guam, to Japan. And from there, they sent me to Peleliu. And from Peleliu, they sent me to Iwo Jima. Our lieutenant told us when we got off to be very careful. I'll be right behind you. And so we started. You know, Iwo Jima is a big old mountain by the name of Mount Suribachi. The first day, just try to climb up as much as you could. That's all I can remember. I had a friend, just a regular friend. He got hit right next to me. He got hit right in the forehead. Cisneros was his last name, from Los Angeles. And apparently, about a year later, I found out that the day they killed him, his son was born. I had a very, very close friend of mine, my buddy. I want everybody to know this. His name was Ira Hayes. He was in my company. I was in the A, he was in B. And Ira was one of the boys that lifted the flag up in Mount Suribachi. He was a year older than me, taller than me, very quiet. He was never a hero. Everybody was a hero except him. And he was a hero, because I got hit in the arm, okay? And right away, the corpsmen take you back. You know, and back they have like a hospital or, you know, corpsmen. They take care of you. All corpsmen are from the Navy. When they go to the Marines, they dress as Marines. Oh, they took me, gave me penicillin, and try to help as much as I can. And they sent me to the hospital in Guam. We was going from Guam, we was resting, to Ysabel. And 2 days before we got to Ysabel, the war had ended. And we were so happy. 2 days before, the war had ended. When we got to Ysabel, I personally seen lettering over there that says, Kilroy was here. Who was Kilroy? Never knew. The following 2-3 days, little old Japanese were coming down from the hills with some wood. And they would go to us and say, Ohio, Ohio. We didn't know what that was. That's good morning. Now, Ira When we got discharged together. I was discharged June the 26th of 1946. There was a lady waiting for him, which she was a millionaire, waiting for him at the gate. She knew he was going to get discharged. So she gave him a job driving a limo. And she told him, I'll pay you whatever you want. She says, start with 3 months and then you keep on going. So the 3 months came up and Ira says that he's quitting. She says, no. He says, why don't you stay another time? I'll give you more money. No. So Ira went. We went to my house. My dad was there. There was a gentleman by the name of Robert Ryan. He was a movie star. He was a captain. He took us and left us right in front of the house. So my dad told me to give him something to eat or something, and he would take him home. And Ira says, no, take me to the bus, and I want to. We took him to L.A., got the bus, went to see, I don't know the town, it was an Indian reservation. And Ira got a habit of drinking, and he drank so much that one day some kids caught him inside the pig pen. He was dead. And that was all I heard about Ira. No more. I got married in 1947. My wife was with 2 sisters and her mother. They never went out without the mother. I work in Santa Ana in a, not dairy, but it's Excelsior Creamery. Right. They sell frozen food and, of course, milk, all that. And I worked there 12 years. And then I asked for a raise, and my boss says that, too bad, we're not giving any raises right now. So then I said, I'm going to have to quit. So I was playing baseball in Anaheim when a guy comes over and says, hey, I heard you're not working at Excelsior no more. But they need a man in J.C. Penney in Fullerton, in the warehouse. So I went out there and I applied with the manager. The manager said, you want to start now? I says, no, how about Monday? So Monday I went, and he gave me a job as a supervisor, warehouse. I worked there 12 and a half years. Unbelievable. Same thing happened like in Excelsior. Same thing. So then I quit, and some guy by the name of Gil Rodriguez from Placentia, which I kind of know, you know him. You used to know him because he died. He says he's going on vacation if I wanted to take his place. I did. And I worked there another 12 years, and I quit. I got to be 62 years old, and I quit. And that's the last day I worked. To try and learn as much as they could and be good to the people, any race of people. That's what I still tell them. When I go to Ensenada, I tell them over there, and here I tell them to behave, to be good students, and to treat people like human.